So today we're going to take a look at 3 tattoos that I did really early into my career. This was about the time that I started doing black and gray tattoos. We're going to take a look at 3 tattoos that I did when I first started, and then 3 tattoos that I just previously did after tattooing for a few years and learning from some people along the way, some people that I've worked with, and then some people who just threw me information here and there. First off, I never did an apprenticeship, or at least a formal apprenticeship. I did start one and I kind of fell out of it and started doing, just started to kind of work full time. And I got a call from a buddy who told me that a tattoo shop was opening and needed an artist, and I kind of just thought I would learn on the fly. This isn't something that I recommend doing to anybody. If I'm going to be honest, you should get an apprenticeship and you should learn how to tattoo from a professional. I've been tattooing for about 3 years professionally, and it's been very difficult, and I would definitely recommend taking a look at some tattoo shops around you, so that way you can kind of learn properly. With that being said, I don't have any regrets on how I learned how to tattoo. I had a lot of tattoo shops tell me no, or a lot of tattoo shops tell me I wouldn't be good at this, or this just wasn't for me. I didn't take no for an answer, and I was gonna do whatever it took to learn how to do this. Maybe I'll make a video of how I actually started getting into tattooing. I'll take a look at the comments and see what you guys think. Like I said, we're going to look at 3 tattoos that I did when I first started, and we're going to look at 3 tattoos that I just recently did in the last couple of months. A couple of these were literally just finished like weeks ago, and then one of these was done, you know, a couple months ago. So if you guys have any questions about the tattoos or anything like that, or if you just want to talk some shit, leave it in the comments. It's always funny to hear. But so as I look at these tattoos, I'm going to put them up on the screen somewhere, over here, wherever they fit in the video, and we can have a good laugh at these. A couple of them, maybe one of them I won't laugh at because it's on a friend. Man. Okay, so the first one we're going to take a look at here is my first black and gray rose I'd done. This thing is rough, man. I had no idea what I was doing going into this tattoo. You can tell by looking at this tattoo there was no real thought process. I just kind of went head on with it. This was something that I think I approached a regular customer about doing. I'm always honest with my clients when I tell them, when I was telling them at first, hey, I'm new to this could go either way. I can always fix it later on. I actually used dynamic ink for this. I just kind of watered it down and created my own wash, and now I use a pre-mixed wash. I didn't know anything about pre-mix. I didn't know pre-mix washes were a thing at this time, so oh my god. That's rough. Yeah. So I actually posted this tattoo recently on social media. This raven is like flipped backwards, which is super strange. Once again, no real thought process going into this. You could tell I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to tattoo the anatomy of a skull, how it should look, how the shade should look, or anything like that. I just kind of went at it. A lot of it was a lot of guesswork, and just kind of poor decisions on doing. This raven is really rough. I actually have a raven that I'm going to show in a minute. I actually have 2 ravens that I'm going to show in this video. And once again, this was tattooed with diluted dynamic ink, and so there was no, the wash was really inconsistent. I remember when I was tattooing this, and I was dipping in the different washes, and it was insanely inconsistent. This was a walk-in at King of Hearts, and he told me what he wanted, and I just kind of ran with it. His wife was pissed when I did this tattoo. She was not at all happy with it, and I don't think he really cared. I think he just wanted to get tattooed. But that's rough as well. Alright, so we're gonna move on here to an Anatomical Heart tattoo I did. I actually tattooed this on a buddy. Max let me tattoo a bunch of stuff on him really early in my career, and just kind of tried to give me free range to learn a bunch of stuff and try to figure out stuff. And this is a tattoo I did on him. It's much appreciated, dude, that you let me do so many tattoos on you very early. My appreciation is out of this world for that. But diving into this tattoo, it's very rough. I was actually really proud of this tattoo when I first did it. Once again, diluted dynamic ink. It's not very smooth. The anatomy of it is semi-right. However, it's very poorly done. I actually had this tattoo in my portfolio for a while, but I really appreciate you letting me try whatever I wanted on you, Max. And I hope to tattoo another tattoo for you soon, better than what I've done in the past. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at 3 tattoos that I've done very recently. The first one I'm going to pop up here on screen is one that I did fairly recently, within the last couple of months. This is a Portrait in Raven. This is one of my favorite tattoos that I've had a chance of doing. I did this on a guest spot out in Kenosha, Wisconsin at Dead Set Ink. Ryan just kind of let me do whatever I wanted, and I sent him a couple of different designs, and this is one that he actually picked out. So I was really stoked to tattoo it. There's actually a time-lapse video of it on my channel. Be sure to check that out. This tattoo was done with Empire Ink's whitewash and dynamic black ink. I think I tattooed this in about 6 or 7 hours, I believe. Ryan, you're a beast. Thanks much for letting me do this for you. We're going to take a look at a tattoo that I just recently finished up as well. Moving on, this is another raven and a skull that I had done. The reason I put this particular tattoo in there is because I showed the last picture, or one of the last tattoos that I had done early were like a raven and a couple skulls. So I wanted to show you guys the progression that I've made. This tattoo was done, I think, in a total of about 14 hours of 2 different sessions. Done with Empire Ink's whitewash again, and the background is the 80 Panko set from World Famous. He just kind of walked in, and I tattooed a tree for him right before this tattoo, and he loved it, so he was like, hey, I want to get a raven and skull. And this is a design that I had made for him. At first he was really iffy on it. He didn't really know how he was going to feel about it. And he just kind of put some trust in me, and we think the tattoo turned out pretty dope. This is to date one of my favorite tattoos that I've done. Christian, I really appreciate the opportunity to work for you and to do this tattoo for you. Alright, so let's move on to the last tattoo that we're going to talk about here, and this is a Viking piece that I had recently done. This is on a younger dude. He came to me earlier this summer and said he wanted a Viking half sleeve. He really had no ideas for it. He had no photo references, and unfortunately at the time we were not able to start it. And then we started it a little later on, and did this in 2 sessions, and I think about 14 hours or so. He had no idea what he wanted it to look like. He kind of just let me run with it, and this is what I ended up designing for him. This one was tattooed with Empire Ink's whitewash as well, and dynamic black. I think it came out real tough looking. He's kind of got a dirtier look to him, like maybe he's been in battle. This is also one of my favorite tattoos to date. So those are 6 tattoos that I had done. First were recent tattoos done in 2015, early 2016, and the last few done in the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. If there's a video that you guys would like me to make, or have some questions maybe I can make a video on, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Be sure to check out my Instagram, k.richard.art. You can find my whole online portfolio there, as well as current pieces that I'm working on, or wish list pieces that I'm looking to tattoo. Check out the rest of my channel, and check out the time lapses that I've done. In one of the tattoos that I showed earlier, there is a time lapse of, and you can see the whole process from stencil to tattoo to photograph. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like I said, let me know what you think of the tattoos.